This is Boxing Tickets NI. We're here at the JB Promotions press conference in Dublin. I'm delighted to be joined with, I think you're Jay's brother, would I be correct?
Yeah.
Jay's younger brother. We'll make sure we put that in. You don't want to be old like Jay, but obviously delighted to be joined with Byrne. Obviously you'll make your professional debut in 4 weeks' time. I guess it's the giddiness. It's a sort of, as I just said, the ocean there as well. It probably feels like Christmas Eve. Santa's coming tomorrow. You probably just can't wait to get going in 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. It's something completely new to me. At the same time, though, I've fought in a lot of semi-professional shows which are similar to this. Nice venues, and good crowds in them. So I am looking forward to it. I'm giddy, but I know what needs to be done. I'm staying composed. I want to 4 weeks to now, so I've 4 hard weeks of trying to make sure that when I show up on the night, I'm in the best state possible.
Obviously, people sometimes would have a bad word sometimes to say about the unlicensed sort of semi-pro, whatever obviously people call it, but sometimes people would have a bad thing. Obviously people think they're boxers when they're not, but the good thing from obviously that sort of circuit is it educates you, it obviously gets you the experience. Sometimes maybe somebody might have better experience, we've seen really good amateurs that fought as well, but for you, obviously, that's a good foundation for you to build, and you have a bit of a shiner. I think you were over in England a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. It was your last fight, so obviously you've built that experience up, which isn't amateur boxing, isn't professional boxing. It's sort of in the middle. So it's helping you to prepare, helping you to sell tickets, getting an atmosphere. Obviously, people with too much drink calling you names and everything else. So it's give you vital preparation for whenever you turn pro, that you can try and, well, probably the right word, probably try and establish your dreams, sort of that you don't falter, you don't go in and sort of freeze under the bright lights.
Yeah, no, 100%. I personally wouldn't have a bad thing to say about the semi-professional shows. I've probably fought in 7 or 8 of them in England. Jay ran one over here, I think it was about 2018 maybe, 2017. I fought over here and I fought in Malta. The experience I gained on them shows is, in my opinion, would be better than fighting on any of the amateur shows in Ireland. As I said, I fought a lot as the away fighter, so I've gone into, I've fought in London a good few times. I went in there against 700 or 800 fans, not wanting me to win, hating me the same. I said they're buzzed up. So you're getting abuse, but you don't gain that experience here. You're going into 50-50 fights. Sometimes it's even 70-25 because you're the away fighter. They don't want you winning. They obviously want to keep their home fighters happy. So no, I can't fault the semi-professional experience. I do think that will stand to me as I get into the pro career. Like, I had 6 rounders, a lot of 4 rounders, so I do know what's needed to compete. Like, I'm starting at 4-3s. I do believe it'll be tough. Like, the fitness levels are tough, but I've done six rounds before, so I have that experience. Whereas when you turn straight from amateur, you have 3-round experience. So it does take time to adjust. But now the semi-professional shows, it's the smaller gloves, shorts, no vest. You're going into packed out arenas, so it does help that. Now, don't get me wrong, there will be nerves there when I do fight and make my debut, but I've done it before in a similar environment, so I do think that will stand to me.
Obviously, we know with the professional side of things as well, you don't just jump straight into big fights. You obviously get journeymen, obviously at different levels. Is it probably important for you at the same time that you don't, if in your debut here in 4 weeks' time, if you stop someone that's a journeyman, don't get me wrong, journeymen obviously know their place and everything else in the sport, but making sure you don't get too far ahead of yourself. Obviously, you beat a German and you go, I'm going to be a world champion. Will you be similar to Jay in a way? Obviously, we know that Jay obviously fought in matchroom shows. He obviously finished on a Wasserman show he hadn't planned for. Do you sort of look to Jay as a sort of doing one better? Obviously, he's Celtic titles, he's Irish titles, British Boxing Board belts and stuff as well. Do you sort of look at Jay as a target now where you to go, I want to go one better? You have that brotherly rivalry. Where do you sort of look at Jay in terms of, do you have a target now in his back to go, I want to do better, I want people to know my name before they know Jay's name?
Yeah, no, I think Jay had a great career. He obviously started the game late. I think he achieved an awful lot. Admire him massively for it. I do think we'll have 2 different careers though. He started a bit later. Now I'm 27, some people turn pro a lot younger, but I have time to build a career. He didn't. He had to rush in and take the 50-50 fights at an earlier stage, where, as I know you're saying about the journeymen, I will fight journeymen to get my experience. But I've told them from the get-go, I don't want someone to come in like, you see Nazim Hamid's son's fight there not so long ago, the person couldn't box, you don't gain anything from that. I want to be going into fights against, I do have to fight journeymen, it's part of the game, but I want to go in and fight someone who's going to come at me. I don't want to go in and fight someone and in 30 seconds they're on the ground and I have 50, 60 people who are after paying hard-earned money to come in and watch me, and they've got 30 seconds of entertainment. It doesn't do that, and as you said, it builds you an ego. It's not right. I want to go in there. If the chance comes to stop people, that's obviously great. But at the same time, I need to gain experience. I don't have as much experience as many of the people turning professional, so I will gain my experience throughout rounds in the ring. Do a lot of sparring with higher level people. I just want to constantly spar people better than me. So to bring me on, I know I need to bring on, but I will have a lot of a slower career start-wise than Jay. I will keep active, I will fight an awful lot, but it's not going into 50-50 fights straight away. We're setting a roadmap that I believe that in 2 years' time, that's when I'm going to take the jump into the bigger fights, the better fights, because I do have to learn. No shame in saying it, I won't be as talented as many people there, but I do have a talent. I can box, and I will show people that each fight I will get better, because I'm going to stay consistent, I'm going to stay active, that I am constantly ready to fight and I'm always sharp.
You obviously, I know we do, obviously you followed us for quite a bit of time, obviously on Twitter and stuff like that as well. You're used to obviously seeing people on a daily basis sort of trying to egg indie fights and call fights and things like that. Would you be one of these people, you know, I know people like to be respectful and call people out in the right way. Are you going to be a call-out sort of person when you're ready? Are you prepared for people, obviously in a similar weight class, to call you, maybe looking at, maybe they might think you're an easy touch, or you might sell a few tickets? We obviously see the ticket selling aspect as well. Are you sort of prepared for what's to come in this professional journey?
Yeah, no, 100%. I'll be ready for it. I'm not stupid. I know what I have a plan set out in my own head. A couple of goals I want to tick off. There's a few things I want to do, but it's a learn. I have to learn. I have to learn the game. I do have, as I said, in 2 years' time, that's when I know I'll be ready. Come here. I am going to get better. People will see that, and I don't think that people will be calling me out thinking I'm an easy target, because it won't be that way. I do know that the talent I have, the talent I can reach, that I will be a problem for people, but it's all about learning and taking steps. And
I missed obviously in the press conference what weight you're going to campaign out. Can you tell me what weight class? Ideally, you'll probably not maybe fight at the weight class you're going to fight at, you maybe just be slightly above, but what weight class you're going to campaign at?
It will be between light, middle and welter. It's all about, I haven't been down at that weight in a long time, but I do think my fight now in November is going to be 72. I fought a couple of weeks ago at 74, so it's gradually getting the weight down. Same, I've chatted to Jay, he said we'll sit at 69, light middle, sit at 69, see how things come. He said then when the opportunities do present themselves, and then it's about hitting the welterweight. He doesn't want me crippling myself if it's a hard thing to do, to fight regularly at 66. It's only when the opportunities do present themselves. You don't need to be fighting at championship weight when you're not fighting for championships. So I do think that 69 will be light middle or super welter or whatever, will be the weight that I'll fight most regularly at. But then when it's time to step it up and fight the better opposition, that's when I'll fight at welterweight.
Well, listen, thanks very much for your time. You're a bit of a talker like Jay as well. Well, no problem getting words out of you. But look, obviously, I know 4 weeks, obviously today, you'll be making your professional debut. But we're looking forward, obviously, we'll hopefully be here. Obviously, I guess 4 weeks' time, we don't know what's going to happen. It could be a millionaire, you know, could be away somewhere. But obviously, we'll see you in action in 4 weeks' time. Thanks for your time as always. And we'll catch up. We obviously get some fight week as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Thank you very much for giving the time. Trying to get my name out there on your platform, I appreciate it.
100%. Cheers. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.